All right, Max Nation and Dog Pound. Welcome to the Week 9 episode of the SportsRoom Talk Show. The quest continues. I am on a quest this season to do a video collaboration for every game on the Browns schedule, and I've done it for all 8 weeks so far. Let's keep it rolling with Week 9. And since we are playing the Cincinnati Bengals, you know I only had one option. My boy, Jazzy TV. Welcome back to the show.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me. I'm excited. It's a big week for both of our teams. So at Sunday, I'm a little nervous, but it's definitely a make or break game, I think, for both teams.
I would say it's more of a make or break game for us.
Yeah, I could see it, but I just feel like if we lose 2 back-to-back, especially after losing the Jets like that, are we going to be a team that, kind of goes downhill?
Right. Because you guys had that big win against Baltimore.
Yeah.
And maybe that Jets game was a trap game, because I was talking to my dad like pregame before the Steelers game, and I saw that you guys were playing the Jets, and I'm like, oh, that's a bye. That's pretty much a bye week for the Bengals, because it's the Jets.
Yeah, should have been. Mike White came in and saved the day.
Yeah. But for those who might not be familiar, tell us a little bit about why you're a Bengals fan, how long you've been a Bengals fan, all that kind of stuff.
So I've been a Bengals fan since I was probably, I want to say like 8, 9, 10, around that range. I've played football my entire life, so I understand the game. I actually grew up, I live here in Texas, so I grew up and went to every Dallas Cowboys game on Sunday. So it's kind of ironic because my dad had season tickets, so I went with him every week. But, just growing up and playing, I played wide receiver, and I just adapted to starting to like players as I'm young. You like players, you look up to them, all that stuff. And Chad Johnson just kind of seeks my eye, his personality, his persona, his just the way he played the game, his quick feet. I love the way he played the game, and he had a big personality. I have a big personality. So Chad Johnson reeled me in. My dad bought me a jersey, and I've been a fan since. And it's I think I'm like one of one here in Texas. I haven't met I think I've only met like one other Bengals fan here in Texas, and I've lived here my entire life. It's a lot of Cowboys fans around here.
You think you're ever gonna move up to Cincinnati?
No, I don't. I think all my family lives here. All my wife's family lives here. The kids are here. So there's no way. No way. Maybe when we retire, I can convince the wife, maybe, but we'll see, long ways down the road, but it would be kind of nice to be a season ticket holder, but we'll see.
Have you gotten to go to any games at Paul Brown?
No. So I've actually never been to Paul Brown Stadium. People find that so crazy because I've been to Arrowhead to watch the Bengals. I've been to obviously Jerry World. I've been to NRG Stadium. And I've been to Lambeau to watch the Bengals play. So I've been all these places to watch them play, but Paul Brown Stadium. But that is on my bucket list. We were going to try to go this year, and we're still in talks to go this year. I'm trying to convince my wife to go to January 2nd. We play the Kansas City Chiefs at home, our last home game of the year. I'm trying to convince her.
That could be a huge game for you guys.
Exactly. It could be a huge game for the Chiefs too. So I told her, like, New Year's, come on, like I feel like it'll be fun, So she's a little bit on the okay, maybe we'll go. So we'll see. I'm working on it.
Hey, I got my fingers crossed for you, buddy. I want you to go to a Bengals game. You seem like you're one of the more loyal Bengals fans You're probably the only Bengals fan I've met, to be honest with you.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely one that screams, yells. I can't sit during games. That little Bengals football back there is like my saving grace for stress. I'm it all the time, throwing it all the time, and my wife's gotten used to it. The kids, my kids definitely they try to steer clear if I'm watching the Bengals games because they say I'm too loud. So, but that's what it's all. Oh my God. My emotions are just up and down, and the Bengals seem to always keep it close most of the time. So I'm up here, I'm down, I'm up, I'm down, and I just, I can't just like sit there and watch.
You just described being a Browns fan.
Yeah.
So, hey, we're connected in more ways than one.
Yeah, we are.
I mean, we both have orange as one of our team colors. Paul Brown founded both of us. I mean, we're directly named after him, for Pete's sake. But, okay, before we get into the game, I have to say, again, I have a mini Bengals helmet.
I like it.
And I have a Bengals helmet or pennant. I think it's right there. Yep. You guys have, the tiger is one of my favorite animals. So even though we're in-state rivals and we're not supposed to like each other, I can't deny it. I like you guys just that much.
Hey, I'll take it. I honestly have nothing against the Browns. I wouldn't say I necessarily hate any fans or hate any fan base, but there is a few that particularly I don't like. But
I think I know them.
Hatred. Yeah.
I think I know a couple of them.
Yeah. It's not a hatred. It's just some of their fans just I don't know. They just know how to get under your skin, I guess.
Yeah. I think if I'm going to be honest, I think you guys have one of the best helmet designs in the NFL.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I've always liked it. That's why it's tattooed on my calf. I mean, that would make sense.
But this is a big game for you guys, but it's also a big game for us. First of all, it's an in-state rivalry, so it's a big game that way. But we're sitting here at 5-4. You're at 5-3, if I remember correctly. Or did you already have a bye week?
Our bye week is actually after this week with you guys. So yeah, we're 5-3 right now.
All right. So if we beat you, we move to 5-4, and we would move ahead of you in the AFC North. So I think we would, depending on what Pittsburgh does, we would be in second place.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas if you guys win, you move to 6-3 on the season. And depending on what Baltimore does, you could reclaim first place in the division, while we would move even further down the basement to 4-5. I wrote an article about this for Dog Pound Daily, which is a Cleveland Browns page on Fanside that I write for.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is the turning point in the season for the Browns.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it definitely is it's a huge game. Like you said, it's probably a bigger game for you guys, but I still think it's a big game for us. After last week with the Jets, I just think that 100% this is a game that we kind of have to not only prove to ourselves as what team we're going to be this year, but also prove to fans and prove to, all the ESPN analysts, are we going to be that team that we were against Baltimore? Or are we going to keep being the team that we were just playing the Jets? And that's how it's going to go from here on out.
Yeah. So you guys have one of the best quarterback wide receiver tandems in the NFL right now in Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. But here's my thing. I don't really know any of your other receivers. Do you feel like, again, I don't want this to feel like an interview, so we're trying to keep it conversational, but do you feel like that the Bengals offensively rely too much on that Burrow-Chase connection?
I don't. I think that in crunch time, maybe a little bit at times, Burrow just kind of, he's going to throw it up. He trusts Jamar Chase. He's going to put it up in the air. But I think last week against the Jets, you really saw that the Jets started locking Jamar Chase down. So we had to open back up with Tyler Boyd and T. Higgins, which are two incredible wide receivers that can have over 1,000 yards. So, I think teams are going to start, pressuring Jamar Chase and kind of locking him down. But that gives those other two guys the ability to open up. And I love T. Higgins to death. I love Tyler Boyd to death. And I'm excited to see them be able to break out. But I do love the Burrow to Chase connection and combination. It is so fun to watch. I was all about drafting Jamar Chase.
You didn't want an offensive tackle?
Nope, I did not want Penny or whatever his name is. I did not want him from the get-go. People bashed on me 100%. I wanted Jamar Chase from the get-go because I knew that Joe Burrow wanted Jamar Chase over Penny. And I knew he went in there to the GM's office, I feel like, and he told him, I want Chase, draft Chase. And that's what they did. And as you can tell, like, our offensive line has improved. It's still not the greatest, but I still see Joe Burrow get frustrated at times when he gets sacked, but I think he's happier overall than he would be if we would have drafted the offensive tackle Penny Swell. So
okay.
Yeah.
And when I say I don't know any of the other receivers, I didn't actually mean that. I meant that in more of a like comedy style.
Yeah.
Because like Joe Burrow goes to Jamar Chase so often, you kind of forget about the like T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd. It's like, are there any other receivers on the field?
Yeah. No, I got you. Yeah, I mean, it definitely goes that way. You know, you hear, that's what you hear about mostly is Jamar Chase. But I think that's what makes us, our offense sneaky, is because you kind of forget about Joe Mixon and perhaps in the backfield, and then you forget about Tyler Boyd and T. Higgins, and that's when they creep up on you, and then he's got to rely on those guys, and he's going to them, and then on defenses, they're like, oh shoot, we got to. Okay, we got Jamar Chase out of the question, but now we have these other guys we got to worry about. So I think that's why we, in my opinion, I think we have one of the best wide receiving cores in the NFL. Not the best, but one of the best.
That's still a bit of a bold statement to say you think you have one of the best wide receiving cores in the league.
I do. I'm going to actually agree with you on it, though. I think you do. But because people focus in so much on Jamar Chase, you're right. They do forget about like T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, Joe Mixon, your tight end Uzama. Yeah. No, he's been great.
Do you like Uzama, or do you wish you had like a better?
I love CJ Uzama. I watched him play at Auburn. I've actually met him before. He signed my hat, and nicest guy in the world. He is humongous. I think he's like 6'7". Like 245 pounds. He's a huge, massive guy. And I've said from the get-go, like, we needed to include him more. Like, one, he can block great. Like, I understand why he's in the backfield a lot blocking. But two, he can catch. You can throw those high balls that he can catch. And as you've seen, he can break tackles. Like, he can throw guys off of him. He's not one to just catch the ball and go straight to the ground as a tight end. He wants to gain some more yardage. And seeing him get involved is amazing, because that's huge. I mean, that's middle of the field. That's open a lot of the times, versus teams. So give him the ball, give him a chance. And when you give him a chance, I feel like he's making it count,
Yeah, I agree. So again, I don't want this to feel like an interview, like I'm asking you questions. So if you have any questions, certainly throw them my way.
Okay. I actually do have a question for you.
Okay.
So does all this like drama, obviously?
Oh, I knew this was gonna come up.
Does all this drama that you guys are going through, do you think that it's going to affect you guys whatsoever going into this game? Like, because obviously, like, the players are good at tuning stuff out, but there's a lot going on. There's just a lot in the media, a lot of Baker's mouth coming out, and then Jarvis was friends with Odell, and then I just feel like there's a lot of animosity with your team. So do you think that's any effect coming into the game Sunday?
That's such a hard question to answer, because Odell just got released today.
Yeah.
So we don't, and it's all been like swirling and all that. So, and he got asked to leave practice 2 days in a row now. So it's such a hard thing to answer. But I want to focus on one aspect of what you asked me, which was the whole Jarvis Landry aspect of it, because that's the most fascinating part to me, because Jarvis and Odell are like this. They're brothers. They were roommates at LSU. They like grew up together. So what I'm most worried about is this could have a negative effect on Jarvis.
Yeah.
And like yeah, Baker's the quarterback, and the quarterback is supposed to be the unquestioned leader of the team. But in this case, I would say Jarvis Landry is actually the leader of this team. So having Odell get released, I wonder if that's going to mess with him psychologically.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. And then I think the aspect of like, I know Jarvis is a man, but like, is he more like siding with like Odell to where he's not resenting Baker, but in a way maybe a little bit, or is he like all in with Baker and he's just trying to look like I'm Odell's friend, you're my quarterback, I'm here to play, but like, you know, I wonder if their relationship is gonna, you know, kind of linger at all or anything, or maybe Baker's maybe gone to Jarvis and talked to him, you know, I don't know.
Yeah,
so it's just a very interesting subject if you ask me.
Yeah, it's a very touchy subject if you really look at it, but yeah, it's so hard to say whether this is going to have a negative effect on the Browns or not. I think it all depends on what kind of leader Kevin Stefanski is. Like, because he's the head coach. Like, how is he going to address the locker room and say with all this happening? Like, is he going to be the main voice, or how's he going to address the team, I guess is more of what I mean. Like, is he going to be passive aggressive? Is he going to be straightforward and honest? Is he going to use like figurative language? Yeah, that type of thing.
I will say, for Kevin Stefanski's point of view, I will say I think that he did a great job with, you know, they sent Odell home from practice after all this drama that unfolded. The trade deadline, they didn't trade him, which I'm kind of shocked, but I understand everything going on. I do think he did step up as a leader and made a statement by, you know, in his interview saying that Odell right now is no longer with the team, even though he wasn't released at that time. But he just said, you know, basically shut it down and saying like, you know, we sent him home from practice for personal matters. He's no longer, as of right now, with the team, basically. And I feel like that was a bold statement to put out there, because I imagine in their room, they knew they were going to release him. But at that time, just to get that out to the media, to me, I think that was a good statement to, like, you know, hammer down, and you're the head coach. So you're going to put that down, and you're going to letting the whole team know that that's what's going to happen. That's what's going on.
Right. I agree. I want to actually focus on Kevin Stefanski for a second. I'm wondering if he should give up play calling duties and maybe let your former quarterbacks coach, who's now our offensive coordinator, Alex Van Pelt, be the offensive coordinator and actually call plays.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you. I do. I think what I think is, I think Stefanski holds Baker back. I see it a lot from Browns fans too. I don't think he lets him throw the ball enough. I don't think he like lets him air it out deep, you know, sometimes, but I feel like it's a very like passive, like play calling with Baker. Like, it's almost like he doesn't fully like trust him to like just sling the ball, or like, I don't know what it is. Like, I mean, you guys have great running backs, and I understand why you use your run game. It works, but sometimes when you're down in the game, you got to throw the ball. But it just seems like he's kind of holding Baker back. And I feel like Baker wants to get out there, and he's got a good arm. And, you know, we've seen it at OU as well, and with the Browns, that I think he wants to get out there and sling the ball a little bit. You know, he wants to throw deep. He wants to throw.
Yeah, but the problem is, like, he's consistently inconsistent, where it's like, you know, he'll have one of these great games where he's just like what he had against you guys down in Cincinnati. I think it was last year, where he threw like 4 or 5 touchdowns, if I remember correctly. That was actually the game where we lost Odell for the season.
Yeah.
And then we took off and went 11-5, and, you know, we got the whole, is Baker better without Odell, I should say. We got that whole discussion again. And, you know, we're really going to find out that answer starting this week. But it's like, he'll have a great game like that, and then he'll have a stinker like what he had against Pittsburgh. And it's like he's even in the games where he's on fire, some of his throws are like the receiver could be here and the pass is way off to the right, like that. Yeah. It's like, dude, just hit him in the hands. It's not that hard. Granted, I'm not an NFL quarterback, so maybe I shouldn't be saying it's not that hard, but you know.
Yeah, I think what's interesting too is that you guys have quite a bit of injuries. You know, I think some guys are coming back and getting healthier, but you know, I looked at the injury report over here and I was just, you know, looking at it like I always do. And I mean, you guys have a long list compared to probably most teams, you know, but you know, either limited practice or didn't practice, and like just you know, just very interesting because I know with OBJ being gone, I think Donovan Peoples-Jones has been limited with a groin injury, so he may play, but that seems to be one of Baker's favorite targets. But is he fully going to be like good to go Sunday? And then like, you know, it's going to be interesting. But I will ask you. I want to ask you, what is? Let's see. How am I going to word this? Let's see. What is your biggest fear going into this game that the Bengals like bring to the table? Like, what are you most worried about? Like that we're bringing that you're afraid that the Browns may not stop or may not be able to stop, that we could just run away with the game. And then I'll answer for you as well.
Well, the easy answer would be the Joe Burrow to Jamar Chase connection, because like you saw it in the Chargers game, we were giving up deep passes left and right where Justin Herbert would be like, oh, Mike Williams is wide open deep down the field for an easy touchdown. Ping, touchdown Chargers. Or like, you know, it was a lucky pass, but Patrick Mahomes on the rollout in week 1 against Kansas City. Oh, Tyreek Hill's wide open down the middle of the field. Ping. So it's that deep pass that Joe Burrow has become so good at this season.
Yeah.
It's the deep pass, really.
Yeah, I think for me, what I'm most worried about is the pass rush. Myles Garrett. I love Myles Garrett. I'm a huge A&M fan, and he's from here, you know. So I love Myles Garrett, Arlington Martin boy, and I'm very worried about Myles Garrett because I think that it's a huge testament to our offensive line, because when we played the Steelers and beat them earlier in the year, they didn't have TJ Watt. So I think this is a huge test for our offensive line, you know, and it just worries me, you know, to play somebody at that caliber that's coming after Joe Burrow. Like, how is Joe Burrow going to react? I know he's been sacked a few times this year and in our game so far, but like when you have an elite guy like that, like, is he going to kind of like shut down a little bit to where he makes mistakes, or he just kind of drops down to the ground and takes an easy sack and not roll out of the pocket because he's worried about his knee maybe? Or, you know, I'm just kind of curious how he's going to adapt and react to that as well. And so hopefully our offensive can hold up, you know, if we have to double team him or whatever, you know. I'm worried about the pass rush getting to us. So I think it could be a lot of quick throws for us. You know, maybe we can run the ball. We'll see. So I don't know. It'll be interesting.
Who are your other running backs besides Joe Mixon? Or
Samaje P. Ryan, Chris Evans. But I mean, that's really it. Nobody that like stands out to me that I feel like if Samaje P. Ryan gets in there, he has like flashes, good and bad. And, you know, and then Chris Evans is more of like a catching back in the backfield, but he's had limited practice all week with a hamstring issue. So I don't know if he's going to play. So it just, I really think that this is a game, you know, and then Joe Mixon has kind of been banged up all year. I mean, like, he's had great games. I mean, he's like 5th in rushing yards this year, but I think this is a game for him where he needs to come out and he needs to just go. Run the ball. I know he wants the ball more, but we've kind of been, you know, we've been passing the ball a lot. But if we can get up early, then, you know, run the ball. Run, Joe. Just show him what you got, that you still got it, you know, but we'll see. So, yeah, I think if Joe Mixon isn't 100% and he can't run the ball a lot, I'm not confident in our run game with Samaje P. Ryan back there, I'll be honest with you. No.
All right. So you were talking about how your biggest fear is Myles Garrett. I almost said Jadeveon Clowney, but Clowney's been in and out.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it looks like he's engaged, and other times I'm not sure if he's actually out there or not, to be honest with you. But beyond our defensive line, our defense has been so like jumpy. Like all Joe Burrow really needs to do is give a pump fake, and you'll see like our cornerbacks and safeties try and jump the pass. And that's gotten us burned so many times this season. So I don't know if Joe Burrow really uses the pump fake a lot, but it might be to his benefit to try and use some pump fakes this game.
Yeah, no, and then I'm kind of curious how our defense, maintains. We just came off. I think we were a top 5 or like top 10 defense going into that Jets game, and then the Jets just put us on it. I know we picked off Mike White twice, but he threw for over 400 yards, and they ran the ball fairly well, and we were stopping the run fantastic. We held Dalvin Cook under 100 yards. I mean, I feel like we were doing great. Najee Harris, same thing, under 100 yards. But then I think like, okay, now we got Nick Chubb. So I'm wondering like, how's our defense going to bounce back in our pass rush with Trey Hendrickson, Sam Hubbard, DJ Reader? Like, are we going to be able to, we could not get to Mike White. I just feel like we couldn't get there. And so like the Browns O-line, I feel like is pretty good. So I'm thinking like, are we going to be able to get there and pressure Baker, or are we just going to drop, we're only rushing 3 people half the time against the Jets, and I don't understand why.
Yeah, well, you're talking about our offensive line being pretty good, but Jack Conklin, one of our best offensive linemen, is injured for multiple weeks due to an elbow injury. So maybe you could use that to your advantage.
Yeah. And then our secondary as well, after that horrendous performance against the Jets, I want to see us bounce back in the secondary, get back to where we were the first, 7 weeks of the season, and show them why we're a good secondary back there with a lot of veteran guys. So it's going to be, I really honestly think it's going to be a close game. And a lot of people, I see very mixed, a lot of people picking the Browns, a lot of people picking the Bengals. I think that it's going to be a very, very physical and close game. I think.
I would agree with you. This is your 3rd divisional game of the season, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Our second in a row. We have not played Baltimore yet. We don't play them till week 12 on Sunday Night Football, which I'm kind of surprised that this game wasn't flexed into Sunday Night Football, or I should say not, because Titans Rams on paper before the Derrick Henry injury was going to be could have been amazing. So I'm actually not surprised they didn't flex this game into Sunday Night Football. I guess I'm more surprised that the NFL's keeping it as a 1:00 game and not making it like a 4:00 game.
Yeah, I don't know who the 4:00 CBS games are, but I do know that we do have Jim Nantz and Tony Romo calling our game.
Oh, we do?
Yeah, I believe I saw something the other day that they're going to be calling our game. So we must be the, game of the week for the 12:00 CBS games, or just in general for CBS games. We must be the big ones. But I'm pretty sure it's Jim Nantz and Tony Romo. If I read that correctly the other day, I'm pretty sure it's them.
Nantz and Romo called our game last week at home against Pittsburgh, which I did not know that actually, in that weird 15-10 game.
Yeah, it was definitely a weird game. I didn't get to watch a whole lot of it, but it was, I saw it a little bit back and forth or some highlights. But yeah, it was definitely low scoring. I didn't know who was going to come out on top with it.
The most frustrating part about it is our defense held them to 15 points. That should be good enough for you to win. But I don't know what happened. Like in the first half, we had success running the ball. We were getting good runs. And then in the second half, we're just like, nope, we're going to come out throwing it. So it made no sense.
Yeah. No, I don't know. Like I said, it's going to be a very very interesting game. What you guys incorporate and what we incorporate, and I feel like I said, it's a bounce back game for both of us, and we're hoping that both of our teams do bounce back and show some more promise for the rest of the season. So it's going to be, like I said, it's so interesting. It's a very interesting game that like I said, it's so hard to call and so hard to just, you don't know what kind of Browns team you're going to get. You don't know what kind of Bengals team you're going to get. So it's
right.
Very 50-50-ish,
I'm pulling up the odds on ESPN right now, just so I'm having them in front of me. Right now, the Bengals are a 2.5-point favorite. They have a 53.1 chance of winning. And then the over-under right now is 47.
47. Okay.
What do you think? Would you take the over or would you take the under?
Woo, that's tough. 47. So let's see. I don't know. I feel like we've been, have some games there. I think I'm taking the under. I'm sorry. I think I'm taking the under. I think I'm taking it.
Yeah, I would agree. Because, we put up 42 points against the Chargers. But I feel like that was kind of an anomaly for us. We haven't been able to put up those types of numbers.
Yeah.
I mean, we put up 26 against the Chicago Bears. Woohoo! That was Justin Fields' first career start, and Matt Nagy's head was way up his butt that game. So, I don't take too much away from that.
Yeah.
And then against the Vikings, we only put up 14. So, I'm taking the under on that as well.
Yeah, I think, I see this game going one of two ways. I see it going as one team taking off and pretty much taking the game from the get-go all the way through, or I see it being like a shootout like you guys had with the Chargers, where we're just back and forth scoring. Okay, now we got to score. Okay, now we got to score again. Now we got to score. And I could see it being a shootout like that, or I could see it, one team just taking off with it,
right,
and taking off with it majority of the time. Last year we didn't beat you guys either time, and I think it was the second game that we played you guys. You guys pretty much dominated, and then we got like 2 garbage touchdowns at the end of the game.
No, the second game was that shootout where Baker needed the game-winning touchdown pass from.
That's right. So it was the first one. So okay, because I know, the shootout one where you guys won with what was it, 11 seconds left in the game or
something like that. I was actually at Top Golf watching the game with my buddies when that happened.
That was crazy.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. We could have another crazy game like that. Who knows?
Yeah, I see. Even though I don't necessarily, I like the Bengals like that much. I shouldn't even say I like the Bengals really, since I'm a Browns fan. I should say I follow the Bengals more.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably the better way of phrasing it.
Yeah.
But now I forget where I was going with this. Never mind. Oh, now I remember. So even though we're supposed to be division rivals and in-state rivals, I don't want this to be a blowout either way.
Yeah.
Because that just doesn't sound fun to me. I prefer with the Pittsburgh game, I was at the stadium yelling my lungs out. I'm surprised I had a voice on Monday.
Yeah.
But that's the kind of game I want when we play division opponents. It's I want something on the line. I want it to be the Browns and Bengals are playing. Let's battle type of thing. Or the division title is on the line. Or if the Browns win, the Bengals are eliminated from playoffs.
Yeah.
That's what I would like.
Yeah.
I don't know how you feel about it.
I want a good game too. I want a good game, and I think we'll get a good game. I honestly do. I think it's going to be a good game. I just, it's going to be interesting to see who comes out on top, and hopefully us coming back home is a little bit of more of an advantage being at home. You know, we've been on the road the last 3 games, so we haven't been at home in a while. So I'm hoping, I know there will be quite a bit of Browns fans that come over to the jungle, but I hope that the Bengals fans are out there. We're rowdy, we're loud because, you know, we're finally winning some games and, you know, fans want to go to the game, you know, especially a one like this, you know, Battle of Ohio. So
I didn't even, now I want to look it up and make sure, not that I'm accusing you of being wrong, but now I'm curious if you're right about Nance and Romo calling the game.
I'm pretty sure it is. No, look it up though, because I might have read it wrong the other day, but I think that they are.
Let's see. Do you think I would just type in like CBS broadcasters?
Yeah, I think that you could like type in like broadcast schedule or broadcast. I don't even know what you would look up, you know.
Let's see.
Broadcast, you know, because they obviously assign everybody to every game beforehand.
Right.
So they know where they're traveling.
Nah, I tried looking on like CBS, but it's just giving me like the game times and like tickets and all that. Let's see.
Yeah.
Because that's interesting if that is the case.
All right, here we go. Your 2021 NFL Week 9 announcing schedule. Let's see if it's even, I don't know if this is correct or not, but so Cleveland at Cincinnati, it says Jim Nance, Tony Romo, and Tracy Wolfson. So
oh wow. All right.
This is what it says, because the other CBS games I see at noon are New England and Carolina. And honestly, I mean, besides that one, Buffalo and Jacksonville, but obviously that's going to be a blowout. It should be. And then Vegas and the Giants. Maybe they didn't want to do that one because it's the Giants. And yeah, so I would say we're the CBS game of the noon. I mean, I feel like that would be the best one. So
yeah.
But yeah, I'm shocked it didn't get flexed, because the only CBS game at 4 is the Chargers and Philly, which I feel like they could have moved us to the 4:05 slot and we would have been that CBS game of the week. That would have made sense, but we don't make the schedule.
Right. That's one of those things that I like to look at though, but it's like if we're in the 4 o'clock slot, we get the bigger audience.
Yeah. I'm just shocked, you know.
Yeah.
I think Arizona is playing in the at the Fox game 4:25, and
actually that's the Packers and the Chiefs.
Oh, Packers and Chiefs. Okay, so that's probably where they're thinking most of the TV views are going to go, even though Rodgers is out. But I'm sure, I imagine that's where everybody's going to go at that time slot. So maybe that's what their thinking was.
Yeah. I mean, for us, after the 1 o'clock game between the Browns and Bengals, they're not even showing another game in the 4 o'clock window.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's how it is for you.
No, it's the same thing. Yeah, they're not showing that Chargers Giants game.
Although in the Texas area, they're probably not even showing the Bengals game.
No, they're not. I had to watch it with the Sunday ticket. That's what I have over here. So I'll have it. You know,
so you're still gonna be able to watch it.
Yeah, that way I could watch it at home, because, you know, sometimes I go places like my dad has it, go to his house, or, you know, we go out with friends and we go to a local bar and watch it. But this way I can watch it at home on the days that I want to watch it in the comfort of my house, you know. So
yeah.
So that way, like this Sunday, funny thing is, let's get off topic a little bit. So my wife, who should be home any minute, she'll probably walk in. You might hear the door. She might say, hey, but she doesn't remember that I'm on the interview or whatever. But anyways. Maybe I'll get her to come say hi on here. I don't know. She might not.
All right. Hey, I'm open to meeting her.
Yeah. So she's not really like a huge football fan. She watches and cheers for the Bengals because we got married and because I'm a Bengals fanatic. But she doesn't follow football. She's learning a little bit more as we go, and we do the NFL pick'em together. So just kind of get her to learn more and more. But she absolutely loves Baker Mayfield. She thinks he is a hunk of meat over there. So she will not let it go that that we're playing them this weekend. She goes, man, I can't wait to watch the game. I get to see my man Baker Mayfield. And I'm just like, you better not root for them. Like, you want me to go get you a Brown shirt and a Baker Mayfield shirt? She goes, no, I wouldn't do that to you. I said, but you're going to be rooting for Baker a little bit. Don't lie. But she loves Baker Mayfield. That's like when the Bengals aren't playing, she roots for Baker Mayfield, and so she loves Baker Mayfield.
Okay, I kind of want to get her a Baker Mayfield like jersey or something. I know it would be Browns.
Yeah, I thought about it.
Maybe I could do that. Maybe I could do that for you. Like just send you like a Baker Mayfield jersey or something. I think we had a bet going into one of our games last year or something.
I can't remember.
But either way, I mean, I'm excited for this game overall.
Oh yeah.
I love it when we play the Bengals because the whole stadium's in orange and you don't know who's rooting for who.
Yeah, it will be a lot of orange.
Yeah. I mean, the only way you'll be able to tell who's the Browns fan and who's a Bengals fan is if there's orange and brown or if it's orange and black.
Yeah. It's those divisional games though. They're rough, and you guys just coming off 2 weeks in a row. It's. I think this one's gonna be good. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be good. I get excited to play the Browns.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about the Who Day. Like, is that just a straight rip off of the New Orleans Saints?
So I think people have said it many times, and they say we stole it or whatever from the Who Dat. But I'm pretty sure if I Googled it correctly, that Who Dat did come before Who Day, and we just we didn't roll off of it, but just kind of got the lingo as well, So I'm pretty sure Who Dat. I imagine it came a little bit from that, but I like it, But I do think Who Dat came first, if I remember correctly, Googling it one day. But it
goes. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it goes Who Day, who they gonna beat them Bengals. Is that it?
Yeah, who they think they gonna beat them Bengals? Nobody. Yeah, so
that's actually catchy. I like it.
Oh, there's the wife watching. Hey babe, come here. So look, it says the Saints started the Who Dat chant in the late 1960s and early 1970s. That is a decade and a half before duplicated or copied by the opponents. Who They? Okay, so yeah, it came before.
Your screen froze a little bit, so we didn't hear what you said.
Oh, okay. So the Who Dat one came in the early 1960s, 1970s. So Who Dat came before Who Dat. So yeah.
Oh, so
you're going to get the mail? Okay. But yeah, so Who Dat did come before, and I think we just replicated a little bit, but we did our own chant to it.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's the Who Dat thing, like what they go after Who Dat. I don't know if they're like what their little saying is.
I think it's Who Dat gonna beat them Saints or something.
Yeah, that's right. So maybe we did kind of, we took it a little bit, but hey, nobody has to know. I'm sure.
Hey, it's your little secret. You're good.
Yeah. Hey, I love it. My sweatshirt underneath this says Who Day, and I like the Who Day.
Yeah.
So I'm a big fan of it.
Yeah. So do you have a room like this where it's just all Bengal stuff?
Yeah, basically my garage is kind of like that. It's kind of like the man cave where I watch the games out there. It's got, all the Bengals stuff. It's got some Dallas Stars stuff, A&M stuff. So it kind of just has like everything, but it mostly 90% of it is Bengals. Yes. My signed Andy Dalton jersey is plaqued up in there. So all that kind of good stuff. So yeah, in there. And then, I put the helmet in there every Sunday and all that kind of stuff. So.
Yeah. Hey, you mentioned the Dallas Stars. I'm actually going to a hockey game tonight, although not an NHL game because Cleveland doesn't have an NHL team. I got the Cleveland Monsters game tonight.
There you go. Got the jersey ready to go.
Yep. We are affiliated with the Columbus Blue Jackets. So I got the Monsters jersey. I got the Blue Jackets hat. So we're playing the Belleville Senators tonight. Okay. Bet you can't guess who they're affiliated with.
Oh, I honestly have no idea. Would that be the Stars? No, I'm just gonna have no idea.
No, it's the Ottawa Senators.
Oh, Oh, you said Senators. Okay. I got the Belleville part, and then I kind of lost it.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's the Belleville Senators.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They have the same logo and everything too.
Pretty much. The only thing the Senators, the Belleville Senators logo is like the red and black stripe, and then instead of having the O, like what Ottawa uses,
Yeah.
they use a B.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
So not that great, but oh, my Bengals helmet just fell. Huh. Hey, maybe that's a sign that you guys are gonna lose.
Hopefully not. We'll pick it up.
Hey, I picked it up, so you're
There you
welcome.
go. Just
But,
like yeah,
huh?
that'll work. If Myles Garrett sacks Joe Burrow, maybe he'll pick him up.
Yeah, that'd be nice. We'll
see.
show sportsmanship.
Maybe we'll see.
But yeah, I'm trying to be a little bit superstitious because I tried going all out for the Steelers game last week, and well, that didn't work out. So
Yeah.
I'm drawing it back a little bit. Like usually I go all out. Like I wear a superstitious Browns outfit. I watch games where the Browns win, and then I watch games where the opposing city loses. Not necessarily. So for you, it would be like games where the Bengals lose, games where the Reds lose.
Yeah.
And then for certain games, you know the song "Know Your Enemy" by Green Day?
Yeah.
So I take the lyrics of that song and I modify it a little bit. So I'm like, do you know your enemy? Do you know your enemy? Do you know your enemy? Away, away. And in this case, I put Cincinnati in there because you're our opponent this week and you're in a division rival. I don't do that for every game. I just do it for select games. Okay. I did it for Kansas City. I did it for Pittsburgh. I'm iffy about whether I'm going to do that for you guys or not.
Yeah.
Because you're a friend of mine.
Yeah.
So, but our teams are enemies. So I'm on the fence about whether I'm going to do it or not.
Yeah. Here, come here real quick. You got to get on here real quick. You got to put on here. I want you to give the people your score prediction. So in this video, come on. I already told them all about how you love Baker Mayfield, so you might as well come on over. Just real quick. I want your score prediction. So you love Baker Mayfield, right?
He's pretty cute.
See, I told you. That's her favorite part of the Browns is Baker Mayfield.
He said he'd order me a Baker Mayfield shirt to wear on Sunday. So.
But I didn't because I can't have her wear that.
I mean, hey, if the Browns win, I can send her a Baker Mayfield jersey or a shirt.
There you go. You can wear it. So what's your score prediction?
I think it's gonna be pretty close. So
okay, so let's give score prediction and winner. We'll get yours.
Go 7-10 winner.
7-10. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. Who wins?
Browns.
Oh.
Yeah!
It's gonna be a field goal win.
Field goal.
Hey, we get the wife's approval.
Wow. Man, that's rough. That's a low scoring game.
Bye.
Nice to meet you.
That's a low scoring game.
Yeah. Hey, I'm okay with the team she chose, but I think it's gonna be way higher scoring than that.
Yeah, we'll see. It'll be interesting.
At least it should be.
Yeah. Yeah, it should be close.
Yeah,
it'll definitely be close, but yeah, I don't know what the overall score is going to be. High, low. We'll see. We'll see where it comes.
But you talked about how you're nervous about playing Nick Chubb earlier. You're not just going to be dealing with Nick Chubb though. You got Dearness Johnson coming at you too.
Yeah, I do. I do like watching him play. I liked when he got the start, and I like watching him play now. I definitely think that it will cause problems, and it'll be very interesting because they're obviously going to utilize him. So it'll be interesting. Hopefully we can shut it down. And like I said, we've been very good against the run all season. So I'm hoping that we can continue that. to force you guys to pass. And if you beat us passing the ball, 30, 40 times in the game, Baker has to throw that many times, then you just beat us outright. I don't want you to beat us rushing for 150 yards plus with 3 TDs or 2 TDs, I want you to have to beat us in the air,
Yeah. So I'm looking at the team stats on the ESPN app. So fancy schmancy.
Yeah.
Right now, you guys average 27.5 points per game. I don't know how you average half a point, but whatever.
Yeah, I have no idea.
We get we average 22.9 points per game. You allow about 20 points per game. We're just a little bit above you at 22.
Okay.
And then in terms of total yards, we have 399.1. Again, I don't know where the 0.1 comes from. You're at 382.1. For yards passing, we have 238.0, so solid 238.
There you go.
You're at 283.5. Mm-hmm. See, the half makes sense there because you can get half a yard.
Yeah.
Yards rushing, we're at 161.1. Again, I don't get the 0.1. For you, it's 98.6.
Yeah.
And then passing yards allowed, we're at 239.4. You're at 283. Rushing yards allowed, we're at 84.8, and you're at 94.4. Do any of those stats really stand out to you, or are they about what you expected?
They're about what I expected. I'd say overall, too, if you look at it, it's pretty evenly matched. I mean, it's nothing like where we're way above or you're way above or way below, way below. I feel like they're, within, 20, 30 on each, even points per game and points allowed. Like we're fairly close, if you ask me.
Yeah, I would say that for the most part, I agree with you. But if I had to pick a winner, I'm a Browns fan, so I should be biased towards the Browns, but that's not how I operate. That's not how I operate, where I'm objective. If I don't think the Browns are going to win a game, I'm not going to pick them. And this game is so hard to predict because, you've had the whole Odell thing the entire week, and he just got released on a Friday. And so we don't know how much they've really been able to game plan for Cincinnati without having the whole Odell thing on their mind. And, you guys have a great passing game, not just primarily with Jamar Chase, as we talked about, but you also have T. Higgins, who I think is going to be the X factor in this game. For some reason, I feel like T. Higgins could be the difference maker. I don't know if you agree with me on that.
I do. I actually think he will be.
I'm going to say the Bengals win. So, I'm objective.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to take it a step further. T. Higgins will catch the game-winning touchdown pass for the Bengals.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. So what's your score then?
27-24.
27-24. Okay. Are you ready for mine?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. So obviously always roll with the Bengals as well. Not always roll with them, but whatever. I didn't think we'd beat Baltimore, let's be honest here. But I do think the Bengals bounce back. I think the Bengals win this game. I'm going 31-21. I'm going by 10. I think
so a bit of a blowout.
A little bit. I think I think we score late, we're up by 3 or we're up by 7, and we score late to put it up again to make it to where it's a 2-score game and you guys have to try to come back in a little bit of time. So I'm going 31-21 Bengals for the win, but we'll see.
And part of the reason also why I'm picking the Bengals is because Baker Mayfield has had 3 opportunities in a 2-minute drive at the end of the game to go and win it. And we failed to do that in Kansas City. We failed to do that in Los Angeles against the Chargers. And we failed to do that against the Steelers last week. So I'm just not sure if Baker has that killer instinct.
Yeah. The big thing for me is slowly just hoping that we bounce back from that loss against the Jets. That I want to see that team that I saw with all the energy, everything falling into place, rolling defensively, offensively against the Detroit Lions and the Ravens that I didn't see against the Jets. I want to see that team come back. And I have faith that we can come back that way. And all the players are upset that they lost to the Jets. So I'm hoping we put all the pieces back to the puzzle and just start rolling again. But I'm still a little nervous going into the game that, I don't know, it may not click. So we'll see.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks for joining me on the show. I always appreciate it when you and I get to work together. You're a great person to work with. You're very knowledgeable about the Bengals. So I love it.
Oh, I love my team. I appreciate you having me on. It'll be interesting to come back on. We play week 18, the last game of the season. Could be a playoff implication for either one of our teams.
I'm hoping that's the case.
Yeah. Or it could, maybe we're both fighting for that last 7th seed spot. Who knows? It could be anything. And that could be crazy.
I have season tickets, so I'm going to be at that game. I'm hoping something is on the line. Maybe that game gets flexed into Sunday Night Football.
Yeah. Or maybe if one or if both of us aren't in playoff implication, maybe if the other team that's not beats the other team, they knock them out of the playoffs where they don't even make it, maybe one of those type deals, so we'll see. I think that it's going to be a very tight race, and I'm excited to see how it unfolds.
Yep. This first game is going to be an early season playoff preview, not playoff preview, but an early season. It's an early season playoff game, I would say.
Yeah. And then, so this is only your second divisional game?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So see, this states if you guys are 1-1 in divisional games, and then if we win, that means we've beaten all 3 opponents, 3-0 in the division already. And then we play you all again. But I feel like that makes a huge statement being 3-0 in the division. And then you go to play them again in the second half after our bye week. So this is a huge game. This is huge for both teams, and it's going to be electric. And I just cannot wait to scream my head off on Sunday.
Yeah, I'll be screaming. Hey, I feel like even though you'll be in Dallas watching the game and I'll be up here in Cleveland, I feel like in one of my ears, I'll just be hearing the scream coming from Dallas, and I'm just gonna be like, "Yep, that's Jazzy."
Yeah, that'll be it. So we'll see. It'll be
wherever I'm watching the game. I feel like in the back of my mind, I'm just gonna be hearing you somehow, some way. I'm gonna be hearing you screaming.
You may. I mean, I'm sure I might make a few videos. I haven't posted on YouTube much anymore. I'm big into the TikTok game now. I don't know.
I've seen that.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm huge into TikTok now. I love it. I still post YouTube here and there, but they're more like shorts kind of deal. And, I've just kind of converted a little bit over, and I love it. And I do this pregame dance before every game. And that's just how I go. And I usually post on there, if we win or lose, like a celebration video or like a funnier video, like sad because we lost, so I'm excited, it'll be fun.
I've tried getting into TikTok and I just never could.
Yeah. Well, I've been rolling with it, and I got into it, and now I can't get out.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on the show. I appreciate it. Good to work with you.
All right. Appreciate it, man. Hopefully it's a close game, and good luck Sunday.
Yep. Best of luck. Hopefully it comes out with a Browns victory.
We'll see. Maybe a Bengals, but we'll see.
We'll see. Hey,
all right, see you
best
later.
of luck, my friend. Virtually shaking your hand.
All right. Good luck. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
All right. See you later.
Bye. So that was the week 9 installment of the Sports Room Talk Show. Hope you enjoyed it. And I will be back next week for week 10 when I host the Boston Sports Report. When I host the Boston Sports Report, as we take on Mac Jones and the New England Patriots, along with Bill Belichick in Foxborough. Until then, I'm Unger to the Max, signing off with a salute to you. Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. Hoo, hoo.